Very good afternoon to all, and welcome back to Tally CA Connect. Thank you so much for joining with us every Wednesday at CA Connect and making it a practice to upskill on Tally Prime every Wednesday with us. And as I recall, every year during this month especially at the starting of August, we do a refresher on audit features at CA Connect so that along with the new capabilities and the audit module entirely, it will be a good refresher for CAs. And so, on that note, please welcome our expert, our faculty for today, CA Dhara Gandhi. Dharaji is a Tally evangelist practicing CA from Mumbai, a very I would love to add beloved and a very favorite faculty when it comes to Tally as a subject at various important forums, be it ICI study circles, be it Tally partners, and of course at CA Connect. So thank you so much, Dharaji, for suggesting this topic and taking out from this very busy audit period time for our CA Connect. So thank you so much. Before we delve into the topic, a note to the audience. I think last week as well, we requested that you all explore Tally Era, and which is our AI document processor, which Tally is a very new capability. So please do try Tally Era for yourself. See how you can get early access and try the solution for free for at least 100 pages. And I think Dhara ji will also take us through Tally Era in brief towards the end of this session. And we have also planned a dedicated session on Tally Era next week at CA Connect. So you can join then. So let's start with the audit module. Thank you so much, Dharaji, for being here today. Thank you to our audience. Let's start.
Yeah, so warm welcome to all of you. And as you all know, that audit season is there. And every year we take one session on automation of audit through Tally Prime in this audit season. So I am trying to cover all the important features which are helpful to our chartered accountants while conducting audits through Tally Prime. And apart from this, as told by Ms. Komal, we'll be taking certain important useful parts of Tally Era, which is new version of Tally Prime 7.1. So we'll try to cover each and every point. So I request you all to, if there is any query, you put it in a chat box, or we can take it post the session so that we can, take up all the important features of Tally Prime. So here comes Smart Audit with Tally Prime tips, tricks, and time savers for chartered accountants. So there is a specific feature for conducting this audit through Tally Prime since many version. So this might be my almost 25th to 26th lecture on the same topic, audit through Tally Prime. And many of the chartered accountants have started using these features. And trust me, this is the easiest way. If you use all these features, almost 80 to 90% of the audit through Tally will be conducted through all these features itself. So short agenda for today. So we'll take analysis of accounting data for effective audit, then speed up voucher verification. We'll see certain, voucher sampling for auditing on random basis or on specific basis. We'll go through chart of accounts entirely. When you start your audit, it is very important to go through all the chart of accounts in the Tally. You should know how many ledgers your Tally have. We'll detect unusual transactions to Tally Prime. And important thing is secure client data transfer using Tally Drive. We'll discuss certain points regarding to, backup through Tally Drives and data sharing through Tally Drive. Documents by Era, Tally's AI powered document. So this is the short summary we'll be taking up today. So first and primary, I'll be taking features of audit through Tally Prime, and then we'll switch to Tally 7.1, certain important tips and tricks. So we'll quickly start with audit feature first. This 7.1 thing we'll take little later. Backup we'll take little later. Yeah. So data analysis and voucher verification. So there is one tab known as analysis and verification in Tally Prime. So this features is available since Tally ERP. And within this feature, you can see many options. Verification of chart of accounts, stock items. In this, you can see multiple way of, checking the stock. Then verification of balances. Specifically, it shows the negative balances in red. Certain analytical procedures you can use. Pending documents where you can see certain sale order or purchase pending order in the specific tab. Periodic payments and receipt, repeat transaction, interbank transfers, cash withdrawals, and many more. So we'll try to cover almost each of this topic practically by running the Tally. So if you go to your Tally, you can see here display more reports, analysis and verification. So remembering this is not an issue now. Either you can use this go-to feature or either you can use the specific search tab given in 7.1. So anything you can use. I'll just run through this feature, this analysis and verification. So once you go to this analysis and verification, there are two options. First is data analysis, through which we'll conduct almost 80-90% ledger scrutiny through this. And second tab is voucher verification. Going to the first tab, data analysis. So data analysis, you can see many features here in data analysis. So initially, when we start auditing for our clients, initially we should know data kitna hai. How is the load of this Tally? How many ledgers are there? How many ledgers are active? How many new ledgers have been created this year as compared to last year? So we'll go through this verification of chart of accounts. So in this verification of chart of accounts, you can see various features. Accounts squared off during the year. If you want to see specifically, you can see specifically. Not used during the year. You can see that 166 ledgers have not been used during the year. Not used in current year. Only balances, no transaction, and only used in current year. So these are the transactions which is only used in current year. There was no opening balances. So this 22 ledger have been created new. Now this is very technical. I don't want to go through this. I just want to see ledger wise classification. Now what will I do? You can see your F5 ledger wise classification. I will go to this ledger wise classification. So this is list of entire ledger there in your Tally. Entire set of ledger, which is used, not used, irrespective of everything. Now, if you want to summarize this specifically in any form, go to configuration. I want to see all ledgers, all ledger types. I want to see show name of the group. I want to see primary group of each and every ledger. Verification note, I don't want to see now. So this is the entire set of ledgers available in your Tally during the specific financial years. You can add, compare companies here if you want to compare it with last year same company, or you want to compare same type of industry. Company with same industry, you have option to compare that company. So many of the chartered accountants might be using ODBC features, while exporting the data through Excel. And if you're not using, this is the simple feature, export this entire ledger set in your Excel, and you can put a mapping in your Excel sheet very easily. So this is the secondary ODBC. Primarily, you can do now. Schedule 3 is also available. New format of financial statements for non-corporates are also completely available in Tally. You can directly export it to your Excel by mapping very easily. So this is set of entire list of ledgers you can see at one place. Now, if you want to see any specific ledger, you can see it from your show ledger. So entire detail of ledger will be reflected here. You want to do configuration, any specific configuration? You want to see accounts squared off during the year? You will be able to see accounts squared off during the year. These all accounts were squared off during the year. You want to see not available in current year. You want to see not used in current year. Or ledger I want to see which is not used in current year, only balances are there. So these are the list of ledgers which are not used in current year, and opening balance and closing balance are same. So preliminary verification, verification of chart of accounts. If you want to see specific item wise, you can see. If you want to see entire ledger wise list, you can do configuration. You can save this report. You can save this report for one client. You can save this report for same format for all the clients in your available in your PC. So it is very beneficial. Apart from this, verification of stock item. Verification of stock item is specifically very important in all audits. So here you can see specifically they have given list of negative stocks. Single day negative stock is not allowed. Single day negative cash is also not allowed. So they specifically give list of negative stocks. Here is the list of negative stock. Stock similarly not used in the current year, used in the current year. Now I don't want to see all this technical portion. I just want to see stock item wise report. So this is, here you can see F5. This is entire stock item wise report. You can put comparatives of last year. If you don't want to put comparative of last year, remove it. Similarly, you can do configurations. I want to see all items. So this is list of all the stock items available in your tally. If you want to see any specific stock from F8, you can see any specific stock from where it is coming inward, outward, closing. Any verification note you have to put, you can put a verification note directly here. Now you don't want to see stock wise, you want to see group wise, you can see group wise. Similarly, if you want to compare any company of previous year or company of same industry, you can compare. Now, very important and most critical feature is daily negative stock. When we do our audit, there should never be a negative stock for a single day. Any stock which is not there with us, how can we sell that? So if we go to this F10 feature, you will get a report of daily negative stock. So there may be chances that by the year end, when we do the audit, we can see all the stock are positive. There is no issue at all. But even if for a single day, any stock has gone negative, the detail you'll be able to see here. Similar way, if you want to see any specific stock, why it has gone negative, on what date it has gone negative, you can see your option of show stock item. You'll be able to see stock item here. Opening negative tha, inward ka date baad mein hai, outward is before the inward, which is not possible. So that is a red dot for your audit. That should come in query. Similarly, you can save this view for this company. You can save this view for different company. So when we are talking about stock, there are many more options we should go for stock verification in Tally. We'll go through some pointers here. So we have gone through chart of accounts. So I'll run live Tally itself. So daily negative stock we have seen, specific negative stock at the year end we have seen. Now there are certain reports which we need to see if the stock is negative. So what you need to do, you don't need to remember the name of any report. You don't need to remember anything, just either in GoTo or in Find. write stock. So every report regarding the stock, you will get all the summaries here. So you can see stock query of any stock you can see. So in stock query, you'll be able to see from where you have purchased the stock, from where you have sold the stock. Is there any go down or batch details regarding this stock or any stock item of same category? So this is a stock query. So for particular stock, if you want to see that from where it has been purchased, from where it is going, what is the go down details, any similar category, you will be able to see through stock query. Similarly, one more amazing report this shows. Stock movement analysis. So stock movement analysis, you can see ledger to ledger. Suppose XYZ company continuously purchase a stock from you. So what are the details? What are the dates when they have purchased that stock from you? What are the dates you have purchased the stock from outsider and delivered it to them? Is there any specific sale order pending for that party? Or is there any specific purchase order pending for this party? So you can go through the stock movement report and see that. So we'll quickly run through certain feature. So I'm going through stock query. Suppose I'm taking this stock. So entire detail for this stock, I can see here from where I've purchased to where it has been sold. Item of same category, go down. I want to see some other specific stock. I can see stock from here, any closing orders, any reorders regarding the same. What are the top buyers and sellers of this specific product? From where I purchase, from where I sell. As I said, I can see the movement analysis. From where I purchased, party details, quantity, and to whom I sold. I want to see voucher wise. So entire stock inward, outward, closing voucher details of any stock I can see from here. So it is very easy. So once you have detected any stock, and definitely you can save view, you can see exception report. Here you can see the order is pending, overdue 152 days. So we can surely ask our clients that why this is pending for so long. So once you detect that there is a negative stock on daily basis, though it has been window dressed on the date of closing, wonderfully, thus there is no negative stock. But once you detect any negative stock for a single day, you can go through these reports, stock query, stock movement, from who are the top buyers, who are the top sellers, and analyze that stock item completely. So this is the wonderful feature which has been given. Even if we could not detect this on the last date, but through this daily negative stock report, we can go through all these reports very easily. So now we have taken preliminary chart of accounts. We have taken certain important features for verification of stock. For stock, apart from this, I will suggest you to check all the stock journal entries, specifically in manufacturing companies. You can see a physical stock ledger, specifically in manufacturing companies. So these are the points you should go through for the stock while conducting the audit. Now, this is the verification of balance. So this is a mini.
Taraji, there are 3-4 requests on the stock part. One is the please repeat the stock portion. One is what about the stock returns and reasons thereof? Can we cover in the same, or is it not relevant?
We can take it later because there are many things to cover.
Done,
So
done.
keep it
Sure.
ready. So we can take it on a later basis. Yeah.
So we'll request everyone that instead of chat, please
Yes.
use Q&A so that we can track all the queries. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. So I'll continue. So yes, I usually get many queries in various sessions regarding this talk when I, put up this topic of stock verification and everything. So definitely put your questions in Q&A. We'll try to take it after post this session. So third portion we'll be taking is verification of balances. So verification of balances, again, I'll go to data analysis and verification of balances. So you can see the balances specifically which are negative balances or suspense balances are highlighted in red. Now again, I can see this in detail also. And if I'm not used to see this in this format, I will simply do it ledger wise. I want to see each and every ledger. If this ledger is going negative, it will specifically reflect in red. You can see it's reflecting red. This is set of entire ledger in your trial balances. Again, you can configure as per your needs. You want to see all items or non-revenue items or revenue items. You want to see expanded version. You want to sort. Usually, I don't want to see small amount in 1,000. I want to see amount from highest to lowest. So these are the amounts from highest to lowest. So I don't want to see all small amounts of hundreds and thousands and anything. I will focus on major part of the audit. I will filter this highest to lowest. If you want to compare with another company or previous year, you can do it. You can add that company and period here. Again, if you want to see group wise, this is the group wise report. And if you want to see ledger wise, this is the ledger wise report. Now, if you want to see particular ledger, why this is going negative, simply go to this ledger tab and you'll be able to see entire transactions pertaining to this ledger. So it is very easy way of checking. And if you feel that this transaction you need to check, suppose this transaction you need to check, I will put this transaction on hold and I will ask clarification about this transaction later. Similarly, if any entries are unreconciled, simply you can put a note. Suppose I am unable to find the bill, I need external confirmation for this, I need internal confirmation for this. I will simply write an observation. I need invoice. See. So similar way, you can go through entire trial balance. You can put a note at the end. You can take out all this note in Excel. You can export this in Excel. You can send it to your client. And once the client resolves the query in the same tally, you will be able to see the remark altered. Whatever is your query, if the answer was not right, if the query was genuine and entry need to be changed, the mark will be shown as the entry has been altered. So whatever you want to see, you can verify stock from your loans and advances, TDS, TCS, GST, purchase, sale, any ledger you want to see, you see. What specifically I follow is I filter it. Again, I'll filter it ledger wise and I will go to configuration and I will see as amount decreasing because I don't want to see small amounts. I want to see sale, I could see entire sale. Suppose I have doubt with this, I will put this on hold. I'm repeating, at the end of the audit, you can export entire this entry of hold if internal communication required, external confirmation required, or any specific clarification required, you can put it in Excel and send it to your client. So this was all about verification of balances. So now this wonderful feature has been given in this, that is analytical procedure. So you can use this analytical procedure to compare various ledger to ledger or group masters to another group. How this work, I'll show you. So this analytical view, you don't need to remember from where you will get this analytical view. If you don't find anything, put it on Go Feature or Find Feature. All the reports regarding this analytical procedure, you will be able to get it through one click. So I'm just showing a short example of how this works. Suppose I want to compare group to group or ledger to group or ledger to ledger. I want to compare group to group. I want to compare sales account with maybe direct expenses. I want to see how this fluctuation, what is the fluctuation with the direct expenses. So this is the sale. I can put comparison of last year. I can calculate the variance. So this was the sale. This is direct expenses is 0.06% of sale. If there is any amount in previous year, you'll be able to see the variance. I want to see advanced comparison. Along with the same, I need comparison of fuel expenses, suppose. Because for manufacturing of the product, they need fuel. I want to see fuel. Or if I want to see comparison to purchase, what was my purchase last year compared to sale? What was my purchase this year? How my stock is flowing. So any comparison you can do from here. Analytical comparison, sale to data, sale to direct expenses, any expenses to any expenses, purchase versus creditors. You can use this feature of advanced comparison and use this feature. You can put comparative of another company. You can put comparative of same company of previous year. You can check the variance if there is any big variance. Suppose in direct expenditure, there is a big jump or variance, then you can just go through this and you can go through all the parts of direct expenditure. So this is all about analytical procedure. Just try this feature. This is amazing. You can put multiple entries with the base comparison. Suppose with sale comparison, if you want more advanced comparison, you can simply do it with this feature, analytical procedure. Why this is used? If there is any specific major variances, you'll be able to catch it from here. So this was all about analytical procedures. So suppose if you want to check bank versus bank, suppose in this case, IDBI Bank has 98% of transaction compared to SBI Bank. So definitely I'll go and check IDBI Bank and I'll scrap maybe SBI Bank. So data, purchase, creditors, along with advanced comparison you can do. Now pending documents. So if there are any pending orders, if your client is putting, sale order or purchase order entries in the tally, or goods which have been billed but has not been received, goods deferred but bill is not made. So all this entries you will be able to see in this purchase document. Simply run through tally. So this pending documents. Pending documents, net pending receivable, net pending payables, which are there. You can see it from your any goods, your purchase order and sale order has not been, entries have not been passed. So this is not active tags. But if your client have this entry, just go and check these features. You'll be able to see how many purchase orders are pending, what are the overdue day, what are the tracking for this. If sale order is there, what are the tracking on this at March end? What are the status of sale order and purchase order? If any goods have been received in the go down and bills has not been made, everything you'll be able to see here. Similarly, net pending receivables, net pending payables. Suppose if I see payables, the list of entire payables you'll be able to see here. what are the pending bills, an important thing on account vouchers. So when we calculate that MSME report, we have to see what are the number of days they have made the payment for MSME vendors, and definitely MSME to have separate report in Tally now. So here you will be able to see summary of on account vouchers. In specific ledgers, you can see the party has done entry on account basis and not mapped bill to bill. So we can just go through this and we can request our client's accountant to rectify and map the entry to the specific bill. Here only you can check aging analysis. I want to check aging analysis by bill date. 15 days rule of MSME, 15 to 45 days, 45 to 180 and more. So this is entire report of aging wise payable summary. You can see how many bills are pending. Now, when I go to this tab, there are 19 bills pending. I can see details of that 19 bills. Just a tab from here. These are the details of 19 bills, the overdue dates. I can see directly from here. I have option to settle the bill from here if on account entry has been passed. Is any GST amount outstanding? I can check from here. There is any GST amount outstanding. I can save this report. I don't want to do this exercise every time. What I can do is I can save this report for this company or for any other company or any data available in our PC of our client. So this is the report. Similarly, you can see net pending receivable report. Specifically, any parties who are classified as creditors and have negative balances, specifically, they will be shown in red. Here also, you'll be able to see on account entries if any has been passed. You can see pending bills, 42 pending bills overdues. Definitely, this is the dummy data. So overdue days are very high here because the mapping has not been done. Just to show you for the references. Similarly, you can go through aging method from here. Aging by bill date. Whatever is your aging thing, 15 days, 30 days you want to take. Save the aging for the company. So whenever you open this report, you see aging report. What are the pending bills? If you want to see pending bills, simply just check what bill numbers are pending and the on account entry has been passed for this bill. Payment has been received but not mapped to the invoice. So simply we can just go through this report once, and if there are any on account transaction, we can definitely inform our client's accountant to rectify and do proper accounting for this specific report. Similarly, there are many features in this purchase order, sale order overdue. So this is sort of a ready, reckoner for your receivable and payable analysis if you want to do. Similarly, you can filter it with highest and lowest amount. I'm not concerned with the low amount. I'm concerned with only highest amount. So highest will come up and the lowest will go down. So this is all about this pending document summary. So when you go through all this stepwise, all the features have been given very strategically, specifically for the stock item verification of balances. You will be able to, audit almost 95% of transaction, and specifically which transactions are highlighted as negative, it will be shown in red. So you don't need to go through entire ledger and balances at one go. So this was all about pending documents, wherein we saw this net pending receivables and payables. So this is periodic payment and receipt. So I'll show a simple example of this. There are certain expenses or ledgers which repeat every month. Suppose electricity bill, there should be electricity bill, 12 entries of electricity charges. If there is any rental paid telephone bills or water charges, there should be repeat 12 entries in the ledger. So what we do at times, we'll randomly check electricity, this rent bills have been passed or not, but maybe in the year end, they always forget to pass provision entry of March because the payment for the same is to be done in April. So this is just a random report. You go and check that it will give a ready list of repeat transaction. Suppose in this tally, there is a repeat transaction of electricity bill, rent, telephone, water charges. So there should be 12 entries every year. So if any entry are missing, you can speak to you can put it simply in your query and you can compare it with last year. If last year same entries were there, what are the variances? Suppose electricity bill, there's a major fluctuation in electricity charges. What is the reason there is a specific fluctuation in electricity charges? You can put a question, you can put a mark here, and you can specifically ask your client. So you don't need to go and check entire ledger of rent that all the entries have been done or not. This is simple report where you'll be able to see now you can see the rent entries, all 12-month entries of rent has been passed here. And the entry was not there in last year. So maybe possible the rent entry have started from this year. So you can just put a note on this. Telephone bill, water charges. So this is a summary of report for the recurring expenses of every month. So this tally will automatically catch. So this is repeat transaction, report on repeat transactions. So transaction, same amount, same ledger, which is repeating many times. This will specifically show repeat transaction in the ledger. Suppose this same conveyance 12,000 is repeatedly done entry for 8 times. So this is just for your reference. If you have any doubts or specific thing, if you want to ask for specific voucher regarding the same, why the same entry is repeating every time, we can put a query to our client. Advertisement. Is there any specific contract you have done for advertisement? Same amount is repeating every time, every month. So you can put a normal query to your client pertaining to same. We'll just go through the tally once. This is about periodic payments. Periodic payments. Any specific payments is there? So any periodic payment, if you can see, you'll be able to see here, which I specifically told you in my PPT. If there are any repeat transactions, so repeat transactions with reflect here, I specifically showed you. These are the list of repeat transaction. You can see. So we can't question on this repeat transaction, but definitely we can just check on sampling basis certain vouchers pertaining to say why repeat entries on same dates are there. Is there any specific contract? Is proper TDS deducted on this specific ledger? So this is just an informative thing available while conducting the audit. Now relative size factor. So there is one more feature, relative size factor, RSF. So what is relative size factor? So this factor, drill down into this report, will display the relative size factor for each ledger voucher, which is arrived by dividing highest voucher amount to second highest voucher amount. So if you can see, this also automatically through your tally data, this report will be generated. So this will give you related size factor. So this will show you the highest transaction factor done in this. So this is also for your checking. If you want to check, go through this computer junction and check all the vouchers, go to the electricity charges and check all the vouchers. This is sort of data sampling for your audit. You can compare it with last year as well. If there is any specific variance or major variances, you can go and check this reporting. we'll move forward. Now, fixed asset analysis. So fixed asset analysis, simple ready report is available in the fixed asset analysis tab, which is available in same data analysis table. Fixed asset analysis, when you go and check fixed asset analysis, if any specific, what is the opening balances, any addition done during the year in the specific asset, what are the number of days, less than 180 days, more than 180 days, if there is a specific deletion, and what are the closing balance. So specifically for IT tax audit purpose, we need this specific report. So we can get this specific report from here only. And if we see this report in detail, we'll be able to find the dates also of addition and dates of deletion. So which we usually put in our 3CT reports, date of addition and date of deletion. So this is the ready report available for your tax audit purpose for fixed asset analysis. So here you can see number of assets are very low, but in many companies, the list of assets are very high and you have to, put all entries of this in your tax audit report. So this is the ready report. You can export this in Excel and you can, import in either of your tax audit softwares or anything. So it is very easy to use and handy. And apart from this, definitely you can analyze what are the additions during the year in fixed asset, what are the deletion during the year in fixed asset, is it properly booked or not. This is the ready report for fixed asset analysis. Yeah, so this is one more report, transactions on holidays. So if your client have holidays on Sunday, weekly off on Sunday, then how all these entries have been received on Sundays. You can just verify and check. Many factories in Mumbai outskirts have holiday on Fridays. So you can change this weekly off to Friday. If the weekly off is on Friday, just go through the transaction. If your office was closed, if your factory was closed, how come this transaction appear on this specific date? You can randomly check the invoices. You can randomly check the vouchers. So this is also a summary report. You should go through it once. Just put a weekly off date, day specifically. For example, I've taken here weekly day off as a Sunday. So all the transactions available on this holiday date will be there. So you can just extract this report in Excel. You can put it to your client or management. Just check if this entry has been done on wrong dates or any specific queries pertaining to them, or you want to just check randomly how these things work or how the accounting system of that company works, you can go through this report. So this is highest and lowest value transaction. So all the ledgers in the tally, what are the highest amount of transaction done in that ledger and what is the lowest amount of transaction done in that ledger, and what are the differences and what are the range of differences. This is also a random report. You can go through it once. You'll be able to understand what are the size of transactions done in this particular ledger. You can go through any ledger, you can mark verified, on hold, you want to put any comment regarding internal confirmations, external confirmations, you can go through this. So randomly you can check any transaction, any ledgers pertaining to same, and you can put a query to your client. Yeah, important one, ratio analysis. So now in company, you have to put certain ratio analysis. So what we do is we calculate all the ratios manually. So rather than calculating that ratios manually, you have a ready report of ratio analysis in the tally. Simply use go to feature, ratio analysis. You get a ready report of this ratio analysis in your tally. So certain ratios are covered here, which is required for reporting in companies, and maybe certain you have to calculate. So whatever ratios they are giving, the entire detail for the same can be seen from here itself. Quick ratio, what is the quick ratio? Debt equity ratio, if there is any debt equity ratio, return on investment, return on working capital, net profits, working capital. So this is the short sort of MIS. And similarly, you can compare this with previous years. You can compare this with any specific companies. You can find the variance. If there is any specific major variance in the ratios, you can just go through it once and check. You can see entire major ratios they have covered in this ratio analysis tab. And repeatedly, I'm telling you, don't need to go and find anything. If you just remember the word ratio, use go-to feature, or in 7.1, you have this wonderful feature of find details here. Put any details here, and you will be able to get all the related reports in the tally. You want to change the view of this, you want to see it on vertical basis, you see vertically. You want to see horizontally, see horizontally. Whatever is your reporting method, you can use that way. You can put comparison with another company if you want, for same period or same company of previous year. You can put comparison here. This feature, this ratio analysis is also a wonderful feature. So many of the ratios will be covered from here only, which you report in company's report. So here we come for data sampling. So we have gone through almost all the tabs of data analysis. So almost if you use this data analysis tab, your 95% of verification of ledgers will be done through this feature only. You can, as I show that you can put a remark there, you can put the transaction on hold, you can put your specific internal comment if you want. If you want external confirmation, you can put the detail there, and you have a ready query list for your tally. Apart from this, there is a method of data sampling here. Data sampling can be done through this voucher verification method. So there are two methods of voucher verification. One on random basis. If you want, if suppose there are 1,000 vouchers available in your tally data, and you want to do verification of 80% of vouchers. So you just put there 80% verification I want to do, and randomly tally will pick up 80% of vouchers of each type of vouchers. Apart from this, you want to put manually, you can put manually. So creating a sample, I'll show you a short example. How do I create a sample? If I want to do data sampling, I will go to master configuration. If I want to see related party, I will see just check sampling method. So this is some ready sampling method I have added. If I want to see all contra, I want to see all the vouchers, credit note, I want to see 1,000 to 10 lakh amounts, GST purchase also 50,000 to 5 lakhs, payment I have voucher given specific range, stock journals, I want to see all the vouchers of stock journals. If you want to see group wise, you can put sampling group wise. If you want to see ledger wise, you can put sampling specific ledger wise. So these are the sampling I have done for the voucher of the specific company. So there are total 273 vouchers, and 237 vouchers has been sampled from the range I have added here. So as you can see, credit note, I have specifically added a limit. So that credit note has been filtered. I can put comment here that I have verified this. I have verified this as well. This transaction, I have some internal observation. You can put comment here. You can put verification note here. Similarly, JB, GST purchases, sales. receipt, payments. I want to see any specific payment done. If I am verifying anything from here, I'll put a note for this transaction. I need some external clarification. You can put you need clarification from whom. This transaction I'm keeping on hold. Similarly, journal vouchers I'm checking. What I have verified, I'm marking it as verified. Similarly, sale vouchers, I have defined specific range, so it has been sampled. So this I have verified. I need some internal observation. So all the list of particulars you can find here, sampling method which you have added, you can find here, total number of voucher which has been sampled, how many voucher you have verified or you have any query, and this is sampled voucher. So this is simple method of vouching. If you don't want to go through entire checking phase, you can do this on random basis. So either you can use that data analysis thing and go through every tab, or simply you can sort your data by data sampling method here. Similarly, you'll be able to see the report sampling dashboard, how many vouchers was there, how many vouchers was sampled, what are the percent of checking you are doing, how many vouchers out of it you have verified. You need internal observation. So this internal observation numbers will come here. You have external observation. An important thing is altered. Whatever queries you have, if your client is altering or rectifying that query, you have a record that this transaction has been rectified. So this is the simple way of data dashboard. So I always recommend, rather than checking on random basis, on percent basis, definitely go and check this wise. If you don't want to check transactions of lower amount, skip it. Put the range from XYZ amount to highest amount which you feel the company have, and check on sampling basis. So how to create a sample? I already told you how to create a sample. I'm creating sample on voucher to voucher basis. Either I can do it on random basis, which is not recommended as it may, we may skip certain important thing in the audit. So I always recommend to put amount and range and check all the vouchers. So all the report regarding vouchers, I told you I've already discussed this. And again, I'm repeating, you don't need to go and search where is the sampled vouchers. Just use that search feature here, and all the report regarding the sampling you'll be able to find there. So this also I've showed you that whatever audit sampled voucher I'm checking, I can put following comments there. If it is on hold, I can put a verification note why it is on hold, external clarification, internal verified. If I have verified that sample document, I can put it as verified. So this is the summary you get. Total number of vouchers verified, sampled. So you can check that to what extent you have gone through the data of the company, how much work is pending. This is voucher verification with verification note. If you have kept any transaction on hold, need to check physical voucher, need to, need any external confirmation, from whom you need external confirmation, need to verify specific balance. If verified, put okay, everything is okay now, this is out of query. And definitely you can export this in Excel, PDF, and you can share it with your client. You can put it as your audit document. Even if you don't put it as an audit document, this will be saved in your tally. So apart from this, in audit, You get many insightful reports. As we have seen, you can see stock summary, stock aging analysis, movement analysis, stock transfer, stock item cost analysis, location go down summary, stock item wise profitability report, order summary, batch summary, expiry dates, and many more. And these are the basic reports. Definitely we get it for financial reporting purpose, our balance sheet, profit and loss account, trial balance, ratio analysis. We get cash flow and fund flow also from the Tally. If you just want to, I will again go and search. This is the cash flow report, ready report. I'll be able to see from Tally. You want to see month wise, you see month wise. So I'm using another data. I was seeing cash flow report. So this is the entire cash flow report. You get, if you have a lot of transaction here, you'll be able to see. So you want to see in this view, you can see in this view, you want to see in vertical view, you can see in vertical view. So when you are making your cash flow statements, this would be helpful from where the cash is flowing in, from where it is going out. You have a ready report of fund flow. You have monthly summary. Get fund flow report. You get monthly and you get it on. You want to see in vertical format, you can see in vertical format. So this is just a dummy data. There are no much entries in here. So if you can run through this report in your Tally, you'll be able to see entire source of fund and application of fund. So these reports are basically, we use these reports in providing MIS. So if any of you are into virtual CFO services or any of you are required to give MIS report to the management on review monthly basis or something, this is the easiest way you can check and you can give this to your management. So this was all about your data verification and analysis through Tally Prime. So I'm using this feature from almost 4-5 years. And there are wonderful results, almost 80 to 90% verification of Tally and query analysis you can do through this data analysis and voucher verification report. So now we'll come to a new release of Tally Prime, which is Tally 7.1 Tally Era. So I will try to cover certain one or two very useful feature, which is attractive features, which is there in the new version of Tally. So what this Tally 7.1 is giving, beautifully featured trusted AI. Definitely, nowadays we don't do Tally entries manually. We don't prefer doing Tally entries manually. This is the era of AI. So we definitely try to do things logically through AI. So wonderfully 7.1 has built-in AI for, data entry purpose. So it is enhanced connected services and great personalization. So now in Tally 7.1, you have option to design your invoices. I would not take this topic in detail right now, but yeah, one or two feature of Tally Prime, I would like to take it. So Tally Prime is giving you AI powered document processing system. Banking, it was there in previous release. Simple Excel import, it was there in previous release. Now you can import PDFs also. You can avoid doing manual entries now. So there's a Bharat Connect for business data exchange via, connected ecosystem. So these are some hero feature of new release. And specifically, I will cover this AI accounting part today. So this easy way of, putting the data entry in your system. Simply, you have to do is download this Era app in your mobile phone. You can scan your invoices through it. The AI will detect the transaction. You can import it in your Tally. If there is any discrepancies, the discrepancies will be highlighted in Tally. You can create a bulk voucher and you can smartly map the transaction. How this works, I will simply show you a small demo of it. So certain vouchers which can be supported is purchase voucher, sale, debit note, credit note, JVs, entry we can pass, sale order, purchase order. You don't need to put it manually. Just scan it with Tally Era and import it directly in Tally. Receipt note, delivery note, and many more. So I'll just show you a short version of how to use it. So Docs by Era AI. So simply download this Tally Era in your mobile phone. Connect the company. There are very easy step of connecting the companies. I am scanning. Komalji, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, actually, I think the file is very heavy, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
now moving faster actually. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can see that. Yeah.
You want me to run this again?
Uh, in the audience, I would like to ask, I think, have you gotten the hang of it, or do you want us to repeat the video?
I'll repeat the video.
Yeah. भाई आई थिंक आपकी वीडियो भी अगर आप बंद करोगे आई थिंक दैट वुड बी बेटर बिकॉज आपकी वॉइस लेट आ रही थी देन द वीडियो या सो
So simply you have to download this app, Tally Era, in your mobile phone. There are simple steps of connecting your company with this app. Suppose this is the bill, you can directly upload the PDF or you can scan the image. This is the scanning of the image. The AI will beautifully detect all the text of this invoice. I want to send this to Tally Prime. Item invoice. I want to put it in purchase. Uploading the document, and within few seconds your document has been uploaded. So the invoice you have received on WhatsApp, upload it to this app, send it to Tally Prime. Under what head you want to put this? Put this under that head. Now, how to import this in Tally? So draft transaction, import transaction, and whatever invoices I have scanned or PDF I have uploaded under what voucher type, show imported file. This is the invoice which I have uploaded in the app. I can see this invoice. I just can glance and give a view. Party name properly matched. Everything is properly matched. I can save this voucher in my Tally data. So now in this entry, if you can see a red mark, the company name were not matching or it was not available. So what I can do is I can create a new ledger. It will be classified under specific every detail of address, including GST number. You will be able to fetch it from the invoice. As per portal, you can compare. As per book, you can compare. You can check filing history of this specific creditor. You have filing return on time or not. You can accept. Every item has gone properly under specific head, then accept. Now in this entry, you can see this red mark near the stock item. So the stock item was not available in your list. You can create the stock item. Its units are not defined. I'll define the units. HSN entire list of HSN is now linked to this. You can simply put the HSN. This is the proper HSN. Specify detail here, specifying the rate of GST, and the entry is properly done. I'll go and check the daybook. All the 3 vouchers which I imported has been successfully done in Tally. So the best feature of this Tally is, unless you command, Tally will not pass this entry in your books. It will be there under reconciliation or optional vouchers. You have to go and check, and in single click you can import that in your books. You can import multiple vouchers in your book. So this is the amazing feature now Tally has given us. You don't need to do a manual work at all. You can simply connect with, download the app of Tally Era, and it is simple step to connect that app to your Tally through your Tally.net ID. So I would not take this feature in detail right now. Komalji, definitely we already had this session in previous CA Connects, and maybe we'll have these features discussed in some other sessions as well.
Thank you, Dharaji. Actually, this is perfect to give an idea of what the special feature of Tally Era is. So I could see a few questions also. So we'll request that we'll take it in details. There's a session next week at CA Connect on 19th. I'm just putting in the registration link. Anyway, you all will be receiving in CA community or through email or through our website, social, everywhere. But still, I'm just putting in the link for Tally Era session next week. So I think we can move to the audit as a subject now, Dharaji, so that
Yes.
data backup. Yes.
Yeah. So data backup, as you all know, that now it is mandatory as per IT rule 46(8) that you need to maintain your electronic books must remain accessible in India within daily backup or server located in India. So now, if you don't do it, the penalty for non-compliance is 25,000 per taxpayer and 10,000 on professional for wrong reporting of this particular feature. So Tally 7.1 have beautifully given this feature of data backup in Tally Drive. So I will simply run through this because you'll have to report this if this backup system is not properly working in your client's accounting system. So you'll have to report this, and you have to instruct your client to start this data backup feature if they are using Tally on immediate basis. So this gives amazing feature of automated backup. You don't need to take manual backup every time you write the data. Incremental backup, flexible recovery, instant alerts, and secure sharing. You can share this, passwords with your chartered accountants every time. You don't need to share the Tally data on emails and everything. You just can give access of this to your chartered accountants, and we can check. So simply I'll run through how this works. So Tally Drive, secure cloud backup. So these are the companies. So I want to do backup for this. So schedule backup. I want to take backup of this company in Tally Drive. Simply you can use the path, select from the drive, or use this cloud storage of Tally Drive. I want to take backup of this company on either daily basis or once. Only for once I need to take backup of this on specific date and timing. I want to take up backup on daily basis on specific timing. On weekly basis, I want to select multiple days, Sunday, Thursday. Either I want to take backup on monthly basis. I want to take this backup on multiple dates, maybe on 1st, 15th, 26th. I will take this backup on daily basis. On 14.5, that is 2.5. You want to take the backup now? Yes. Put the password, backup password. Put recovery email. Accept. Use your tally.net ID. You can see now this tally backup is going to tally drive. Last backup when it happened, next backup, what is the date scheduled? Refresh the details. And the backup has been successfully done in few minutes. So this is very important so we don't lose our data. So how much space you have used, that it will show. If I'm putting any specific entry, now entire backup would not be added again. Only what fresh data you have entered here, only that much backup will be taken. So 14.5, I had scheduled the backup at that time. I've passed some entry. I will just check schedule backup. Refresh. So now you can see the status is again in progress. So whatever I have updated, the backup will automatically fetch it. Success. So now this is it was 24.24 KB and 20.70 MB. So data, backup, manage tally drive. I will again go to this tally.net ID. Check the serial number, and what I'll be able to see the entire detail of last backup along with the backup size. So with this ID, the recovery of the data is also very easy. The company name, ID, can easily check the details. So these two amazing features are now available with Tally 7.1. So I request you all to update your Tally Prime to 7.1 to use all these amazing features. Apart from this, you have many more features. You have got this as if you or use Alt F in any Word copy or Excel copy. You have this feature here also. You put any detail here and you get the report, all the report related to that in one go. I want to see report of sale. I don't need to go through entire sale register. I can get entire sale transaction list here itself. I can reconcile. I can include similar spellings. I can see any damn voucher here through this tab. I want to see features. GST. I can see GST. Ledger here. I can see masters. So you don't need to remember anything. We need trial balance. Suppose I remember any name. I want to see debit notes. I can check debit notes from here, or any similar ledger with almost similar name. I can find it from here, or either simply use go to feature go to feature, whatever reports you have saved, that also you'll be able to see certain common reports, MSME reports, GST reports. Specifically, you can use these features. And apart from this, definitely you have a feature like power filter. Suppose I go to daybook. I want to filter cash. So anything I can filter here. So these two transaction has been filtered under cash. So ledger name is cash. You see this entries have been done in cash. Any number also you put. If that number resonates with any voucher, including your vehicle number, if it has the same number, it will fetch. You can see the filter details. So this detailed filter I have already covered in many sessions, so I would not take it again here. But you can use this filter and advanced filter option to filter transactions from daybook itself. So here you can see the party address have this number 100. So wherever you will find this, even in e-way bill Gadi number, if it has this specific number, you will get the filter of that also. And definitely you can use save view option. Suppose I don't want to see my trial balance this way. I will configure, I want to see opening balance, I want to see transaction during the year, closing balance. I want to see this ledger wise. Names. I like to see my trial balance this way. So what I'll do is I will simply save this trial balance view. It will ask you, do you want to save this as a default view? No, I don't want to save this as a default view. If you want to save this for all the companies? No, I just want to save this for this company. Save with the master selected to open the report? No. And save with the selected period? Yes, I want to save this only for selected period. So whenever I open my trial balance, I'll be able to see my trial balance only in this format. So if you want to save this for all the companies, you save this for all the companies. If you want to save this only for specific company, you save this for specific company. Anything you can save. Suppose I want to see cash book. I want to see cash book. I simply filter this cash book from highest to lowest. Your entries are not there, much entries are not there, but I will just run through it. Amount decreasing. I don't want to see small amounts. I only want to see higher amount of cash transactions. So your entries are not there, but you'll be able to see highest to lowest amount. What I simply do is I'll save this report. So whenever I open this company, I don't need to again go through the same report. I'll be able to see the reports directly in the same PDF format. So this filter option I always use, this go to and find option I always use, the save feature we always use for this ratio analysis, stock summaries. And apart from this, GST is a wide topic in this. Many beautiful features of GST has been given here. Cash flow, fund flow, we have already taken. Statements of accounts, we have taken. Statement of inventory, we have already discussed this. We don't need to go through entire quote as we saw. I just use this find and go to feature to check stock query, movement analysis, stock aging, purchase orders, outstanding, sale order outstanding. Statutory report, you can see all the report, MSME, TDS, GST reports. GST reconciliation have also made easy. If the reconciliations have been saved here, on monthly basis on a freezing date, then you'll be, as an auditor, you'll be able to see that reconciliation directly from the tally. MSME reports you directly can fetch from the tally and re-verify. TDS reports you can re-verify. Payroll details you can re-verify. Audit logs, as you know, edit logs is mandatory. The report of edit logs, you can go and check. A simple report you get for edit log. What edits have been done, who have done the edits. Just simply scroll through the reports. These are the altered vouchers. What alteration have been done? This voucher has been deleted. You can see all 12 vouchers has been deleted. So you can just put a query why so many deletions has been done in the same year, same order. And definitely if you have a specified user defined here, so who have deleted, what they have deleted, you will be able to see. Payments has been altered. Who have altered, you can see the username, on what date, time they have altered. They have altered and created. Again, this A user have created and altered. You can see what they have altered. They have altered the voucher date. So randomly, definitely you can go through this, that what they have altered. So even a single, single word edited in the narration, that will also be detected in edit log. Here you can see certain transactions has been deleted. Who has deleted this? Entire detail of this transaction you'll be able to see. Initially, the details was this, and then it has been deleted. Who have deleted? Here, the user has not been defined. So we request you all to ask your client to, define the user, so it is easier for everyone to detect and good for internal control system as well. So this transaction has also been altered. So what has been altered? Batch order due date has been altered. So whatever there alteration is there, it will be marked in red. So here you can see the HSN has been altered. So as an auditor, we can just run through this edit log report and check what alterations usually they do. Apart from this, we should always check optional vouchers, because every time what the client do, your optional vouchers are blank. But what they usually do, they put entries in optional vouchers, and optional vouchers doesn't give effect to your trial balance, nor balance sheet, nor profit and loss account. So we definitely, as an auditor, we need to ask him what the optional vouchers are, and before closing the audit, if these optional vouchers are not relevant, we have to ask them to delete all these optional vouchers from the tally, because it is of no use. It is not giving impact on the trial balance. It is not giving impact on the balance sheet, profit and loss account. So we need to take justifications from client why optional vouchers they have passed entries. So for optional vouchers, also use go-to feature and check is there any optional vouchers. Or many a times, many of these transactions are getting imported through Excel or PDF, and they might not have reconciled it properly. So you can just randomly check. Apart from this, you can check bank balances directly through connected banking feature available in Tally, that bank reconciliation is done properly or not, or bank balances are matching or not. We don't need to, every time verify their physical bank statements. And definitely OTPs go to clients. So if they allow the access, we can surely go through all this once. So this was all about some features while conducting the audit. So any specific Q&A, Komalji, we can take up?
Yeah. Actually, there are quite a few, so I think it would be ideal if you could just glance through. For Tally Ida,
Yeah,
I've written them that we can
yeah.
discuss in the next session.
Will I
Uh,
compare with a similar company for which I do not have the tally data? So definitely you should have the tally data. So for importing the tally, specifically if many companies, split their tally datas every year. So if you have a tally of all the years available in single data, you can simply put a comparison by changing the period. If the data available with your client, they have splitted the data, you can add the company. You can get a tab of add the column and add the company and check the comparative. Can we have this PPT? Yes, I'll share it with you, Komalji. You can share it with them.
yeah. So please write to support at Tally Solutions. We'll send it to them.
Can I check the bills not received, only payments done through pro forma invoice? Definitely, the balance will be negative. So if you go through the ledger verification tab, you will be able to see all the negative balances from there. So you'll be able to see the invoices, the entries which has not been passed. What about document related to contract relating to construction and or installation of heavy machinery or expenditure such as the contract you can't import here. You can only import your sale orders, purchase orders, and inventory related details. How can they be verified that the same is followed in letter and spirit? If there has been any default, would it be analyzed? No, so physical contract you have to see, and by reading that contract, that only you can check in Tally. Entire contract you can't be uploaded here. Cost centers, madam, can this check record through cost centers? Yes, if you have made cost centers, so definitely you can check these details cost center wise also. Which version of Tally Prime this is? This is Tally 7.1 edit log version. I didn't get what this query is. Same premise that is used is fixed asset analysis. My Tally isn't showing date of addition. Is there any setting? Yeah, do just go to detailed format and all the details regarding the same you will be able to get. How to calculate other ratios? You have to calculate it manually. No, there is no specific, setting for this option. You can get this option. This is by default option. You don't need to do anything else in this. Yeah, we can delete the optional vouchers. Yeah, Komalji, almost every question we have taken up.
Yeah, the optional voucher we can delete. Yeah.
Yeah. So apart from this, if you have any technical query, you can either connect Tally Solutions to Komalji or either you can put a mail on my email ID. I may check and revert you.
Yeah, done. I think if we didn't delete, so Mr. Prem, what's the last entry? I don't understand.
We didn't delete. So just put a query now. What is the reason of putting the optional voucher in the data? Usually, what our experience say, they need to account something which should not be reflecting in your trial balance or balance sheet P&L account. So we just need to ask them that what are the optional entries for, and if it is not required, delete it. And if they don't delete it, it is not harming any thing in your trial balance or profit and loss account. It's okay. So optional vouchers, what is optional vouchers? Optional vouchers are the vouchers which do not impact the trial balances, balance sheet and profit and loss account. It is just the entries is being passed just for the records of the company. So as an auditor, we need to go through this optional voucher list once, that what the entries they are passing. So at times, for an example, they are passing any receipt or payment entries for cash, which definitely they don't want to account it in regular balance sheet. So we can go through it and we can question them that what the entries are there in the optional vouchers. So optional vouchers are the vouchers which do not impact your balance sheet. Shall we get specific topic wise video somewhere? Yeah, you can check on Komalji, can
Right.
you?
Yeah. So, see, if you want a detailed, like today, like Bhadara ma'am had explained step by step. So, if you want to refer to the CA Connect playlist, you can please go to Tally Solutions YouTube channel. There is a playlist we have been uploading year on year. So, this year's all the session I have just put in the chat. The CA Connect playlist of financial year 26-27. You can just put Tally CA Connect and even the topic you have in mind, you can do it. Also, please do refer to Tally Solutions website. We have instant demo, we have help page, we have Tara AI that summarizes all the answers for you. Please explore Tally Solution website. I'm sure all the queries you are looking for, you will receive. And for detailed knowledge sessions, please refer to the CA Connect webinar playlist, which I have put in the chat. And also, as I've mentioned, that we have a community on WhatsApp. So I'm sure most of you are already aware of the same, but if you're a CA and not yet part of the community, here's a link in the chat. Please do join so that you can get all the details regarding CA Connect webinar, any knowledge sessions related to CA as a domain. And I'm sure you can connect with your peers also for your queries, and it will be a very productive discussion at our community. So, with that note, thank you so much, Dharaji, for this session. I could not believe that we have covered the entire analysis part, even the audit part, and the Tally era, the Tally cloud, even with the new release. Thank you so much, and rightly said that we should continue with the syllabus first and then taking up the queries, because most of the queries gets answered on the process. So thank you so much, audience, for joining. Thank you so much, Dharaji. I could see few of you requesting for Schedule 3 session. So we have a session ongoing just now, for which I had put the link. If you have the time and energy, take a cup of tea and sit, because you all know how to prepare the balance sheet. It's just the format on how to enable it on your license is the trick, which you can just quickly learn from today's webinar. Please do attend or share it with your colleagues who will benefit from this. Thank you so much, Dhara ma'am.